What's going on, everybody? It's Chris Classic, and I decided to drop a video about a lot of things that people are debating about on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. It's a big topic in wrestling right now, but before I go into it, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Also to subscribe to the C3 Wrestling channel. The main thing that a lot of wrestling communities are talking about is Bad Bunny and even Bow Wow in wrestling. And a lot of people have a lot of negative things to say, and a lot of people have a lot of positive things to say. So this is my take on it. As far as Bad Bunny goes, look up his views on YouTube. He has videos that have over 1 billion views, have over 1 million. One video has 1.1 billion, another one has 454 million, then another one has 809 million. It's close, it's probably going to hit 1 billion views. What we have to realize is that a lot of these wrestling companies, they're businesses. You want more of an audience to come to wrestling or come back to wrestling if they left. Now, I don't understand a lot of the things that Bad Bunny says on his music, but WWE knows that money is a universal language. We have to understand that WWE, for the longest of time, TNA, and even Impact, a lot of these companies, they have celebrities or musicians come in, and sometimes they have a minor role as a GM, sometimes they have a major role as a wrestler. I mean, Floyd Mayweather came in and he went against the Big Show at WrestleMania. That drew in a general audience. It's all about making money to some of these companies, and it's like, hey, if you want to go off the top rope, why not? And as a wrestler, I can understand why some people are upset, but then you do have somebody, they want to train to become a wrestler, and I don't understand why people have a negative flack for that. It's like, okay, we're upset because our favorite wrestler probably isn't pushed anyway, so they're probably going to push a celebrity. It's all about audience. And some of these wrestlers that a lot of people want to be pushed to the top, they're already having fun. They're already making a lot of money. So it's just one of those things where it's just like, if they're having fun, then just let it go. Now, I do know that a lot of people are mad because they're like, oh, well, they're just using their celebrity to become a wrestler. And to my knowledge, a lot of people use something to get somewhere. And I'm not saying that in a sexual way. I'm just saying it as a connection. Like if your family member has a club or something, you might get in free, or if you have some money, you might buy something extra that somebody else can't. You know, this is just the way of the world, unfortunately. But celebrities being inside a WWE ring or wrestling ring is not nothing new. I mean, we just had the Ronda Rousey run, and regardless of how people feel about Ronda Rousey, she was actually a pretty good wrestler. She was actually pretty decent. Regardless of how anybody feels, you cannot say that she was not a wrestler in her time. She was wrestling on Raw. She was wrestling on pay-per-views. I thought she did pretty good. So that means that she actually trained to become a wrestler. Now, I wouldn't like somebody to just come in and then just wrestle and they never train. Yeah, I don't like that. But with Bad Bunny, it's like small roles. Now, I don't know if he's going to wrestle in the future, but I'm sure he'll get in the ring to practice. I mean, we have some people that consider themselves wrestlers that don't even practice. Not throwing no shade, but it's the truth. They don't practice a day in their life, and they go in and they wrestle, and it looks sloppy, and it looks bad, and it looks like they're wrestling like these celebrities that we're trying to anticipate having a bad time wrestling. Going into the Bow Wow situation, he said he wanted to wrestle, and the wrestling world just got upset and didn't accept him. Now, I already know, social media wise, a lot of people make fun of Bow Wow, the Bow Wow challenge, make fun of his music and acting. I'm a fan of his acting, more of his music. But if he wants to train, I say why not? I mean, I'm hearing that he's training with Rikishi, who's a very respected wrestler, so why not? I don't see why we have to shun him out because he actually wants to practice. Like I said earlier, you have a lot of wrestlers or independent wrestlers, and I'm using quotes real heavy on here, is because some don't go to practice. They just grab some tights from eBay and then they say that they're a wrestler. They don't want to change, they don't want to be better. I'd rather choose a celebrity who wants to wrestle and practice to become a wrestler than a person that just grabs tights, wrestle a couple of shows and don't want to practice. It's the truth. You know, we got to get off of this. Like, I don't think celebrities getting into the ring it's something that's going to slow down and stop. Even with the COVID, you still have celebrities that want to come and wrestle. So why not respect that? They want to practice. Now, I do think that me being a wrestler and a promoter, there are some things I would not allow, or certain people I wouldn't allow in my ring. But like I said in previous videos, when you're number one, you can do this. Or when you're AEW, you can do this. You know, a lot of people are giving flack for Shaq wrestling with Jade, I believe that's her name, and going against Cody and Red Velvet, you know. I think Shaq, my personal opinion, is past his prime, but it's not something to be like, oh, I'm not going to watch it, because it's views. I'm a fan of Shaq, regardless of what he does. The guy's boxing, the guy do a lot of things. And that goes into another point. You have a lot of celebrity boxing. You know, some of these celebrities, they're not trained to box, but they do it for charity, or they just do it for TV shows. You know, I don't hear the world turning upside down when a lot of these guys, they want to box and they don't train, or they train for a few days. When they do the All-Star Weekend, you have the celebrity game, and the celebrities playing basketball. The world isn't up at arms when these guys do it. But with wrestling, it is a protected sport, and I believe that we need to keep it respected. So if they want to come in, train, and pay their dues, I'm all for it. You have Muhammad Ali went against Antonio Inoki. It was interesting, but it drew people. It had views. Muhammad Ali was at WrestleMania. He showed up. You know, these are the things that wrestling is trying to do. Like, if you know the origins of wrestling being in a circus and a carnival event, and you're going from this to having your own show where celebrities want to be a part, it's a good thing. It's a good turnout. Now, it could have bad things, but I don't try to speak negative on a lot of things. You know, celebrities or people just want to come in, or people you don't know, people who I work with or went to school with, they decided they wanted to be a wrestler, and they do good. They've been doing a great job. You know, sometimes it's about the mindset about it. I'm not going to tell somebody, oh, because you're rich or you have a lot of money or you're successful, that you won't be a good wrestler. I won't do that. But what I will say is, if you don't practice, if you don't want to be better, or if you don't want to cut a promo, you won't do well. So I just wanted to give you guys my opinions about it and how I feel about it. We just wait and see before we cast a judgment on it. Just because you don't like what they do outside the ring doesn't mean that they're going to be bad inside the ring. Lawrence Taylor versus Bam Bam Bigelow, that was an okay match. I can go all day. So that was my take on it. I'm going to go back to what I don't like and what I like about certain companies, but I felt that I had the time to speak about everything that's going on and why people are so negative, in my opinion on it. Like I said, it's my opinion. Thank you guys for watching another video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's take it home.